Welcome to another video on the Life After Brady channel. Today we're going to take a look at N'Keal Harry in his 2019 season, what could lead to for his 2020 season. His 2019 season was really one to forget. He missed the first half of the season with injury and then came back week 11 against Philadelphia. He showed some glimpses of brilliance, some potential of why he was a first round pick, and a lot of why Patriots looking to have that draft pick back when guys like DK Metcalf and Deebo Samuel had much better 2019s and project as possibly better players moving forward. On the positive side, he's still a 6'4", 225 guy who can run a 4.5, 38.5-inch vertical, can put the bench press up 27 times for 225. So he has that strength, and that speed are clear on tape. He can out-physical many DBs, and that's where the Patriots were able to use him up against smaller DBs. His stiff arm is vital. He can do a lot with it. He clearly struggled to connect with Brady last year. They came back, tried to force him the ball a little bit. He had 8 targets in his first 2 games before really being frozen out a little bit the next game or two. And then later on, he had 7 targets in the Miami game, and I believe 7 also in the playoff game. But 12 receptions for 105 yards is not exactly a pretty season. We'll get to the numbers in a second, but there's plenty of reason that he can be better in 2020. He's a guy that I think will help a young quarterback with his ability to do a lot with the ball in his hands. There's a lot of different routes he can run, whether it's screens, little in routes, back shoulder fades, deep routes, hitches. He's got to clean up that route running, which is what he's working on this offseason, according to his Instagram. But they're going to need a big improvement if this first-round pick is going to turn out well. Let's get to some more of the specific numbers from 2019 in these 7 games he played in. It's not pretty. Of the 153 players that had 20 more targets in a season for the Patriots going back to 2001, Harry's catch percentage was 139th out of those 153 players. Again, 12 receptions on 24 targets, so a pretty low number, but just not a high catch percentage. And when he did catch the ball, there weren't many yards that went with it. He was the 3rd lowest yards per target, right actually behind Mohamed Sanu, which to me shows you a couple things. Not a lot of yards on those targets. He caught the ball very short yardage, and then was forced to make a play with it. But I think it's also with Sanu there, you see that the Patriots offense just wasn't that dynamic in 2019. They weren't able to stretch the field a lot, whether it was protection, whether it was route running, whether it was just the lack of timing. It just clearly was not a dynamic offense. And we'll end on a positive note for this introduction. He did rush the ball, and those are the signs that I think the Patriots looked promising on. Obviously, a wide receiver, you don't want him being a premier rusher, but just the spice it gives to your offense, I think, will help. He had 49 yards in 2019. You could easily see him doubling or tripling that in 2020, just with the end arounds and jet sweeps. I think they'll be more useful in 2020 with the quarterbacks that will need some more handoffs and less pro-style stuff than Brady saw in 2019. With that being said, though, let's get to the film. N'Keal Harry had 2 touchdowns in his rookie. That's what they're going to need. You're going to need more weapons in the red zone area. They clearly didn't have them in 2019, so you're going to need plays like this in 2020 with Jarrett Stidham or Brian Hoyer at quarterback. The more you watch N'Keal Harry film from 2019, the more you think he's going to be a valuable asset for the Patriots in 2020. He just has an ability to make an easy throw and get yards after catch, or at least he shows the potential to do it. Here he is. They're going to run a little 5-yard, no, not even 5-yard, underneath crossing route to Harry. Brady just throws it to him. So he throws it to him at the 16. 1, 2, 3. Technically he gets marked out because the NFL refs are what the NFL refs are. But this is what he does. That's a simple little throw. Play with a defensive end. It's a one-on-one matchup. It's an easy throw for a quarterback in 2020. And then let N'Keal Harry go to work, let your receivers block for him. And this sort of physicality he has, he's the only guy on the roster probably that can do this. Just go and make plays. Simple plays turn into more, and that's what I think you can expect in 2020. Little gadget plays like this, not too complicated, keep it easy, one read, throw it to him or throw it at his feet, and let him go make a play, and I expect more of that in 2020. One thing N'Keal Harry brings to his offense that many players don't is the ability to run the jet sweep. Here he is against Cincinnati in Week 15, his second highest play total of the season, where he played 38 snaps and 58% of the snaps. And they go to the ball in plays like this. Nice, easy plays to welcome him into the season, not too complicated, just run a little jet sweep. Usually they were running these for Julian Edelman, and I think you'll see more of this in 2020. Just give Harry the ball, spice it up a little bit, where Sony Michel's such a downhill runner. This allows them to attack the outside, attack it with speed. Harry can block, but he also can run the ball. And I'd expect more of this with a young quarterback in 20, of just get the ball into the receiver's hands and let him make a play with a handoff. Next play I'm going to show you, I will warn you, it did not count. It was a false start on Patriots offense, but you can't tell me Harry, and you certainly can't tell me the corner knew it was a false start when they make this play. Harry's at the top of the screen, isolated one-on-one, no help coverage. Go make a play, Mr. Athlete. That's exactly what he does here. Lays out for the catch. And that's what you want out of a first-round guy. That's what you want out of your receiver. Throw the football up there and let him go make a play. That's exactly what Harry does here. It's pretty. It doesn't count, but it's pretty, and hope to see more of it in 2020. Add this to the list of ways that the Patriots will get the ball to N'Keal Harry in 2020. This is the way they did in 2019. Here he is at the top of the screen as the outside receiver. They're going to run an end around for him. Just give him the football. Let him go make a play. That's exactly what they do. Wide open, nice open space. Edelman is going to seal the corner and give Harry a chance to get around the edge. He navigates the Mohamed Sanu block nicely and goes for a first down. That's what you want to see, and that's what you'll see more of in 2020 as we take a look one more time. At 6'4", 225, N'Keal Harry possesses some unique assets and can do some unique things in the Patriots offense. One of them is the ability to run little screen routes. Kind of not like Julian Edelman, that'll run and, be more one-on-one. This is more, let's get behind some blockers and make a play. Here he is going to run a little screen, makes a nice little move, makes a guy miss, gets 4 yards. I mean, it's not pretty, it's not super, but he's a unique asset the Patriots can use. Give him the football in space, let him make a play, see what type of first-round talent he can do. Clearly, this footwork in 2019, his ability to learn the offense is something he's working on, especially this offseason. So I expect more of this in 2020. Nice, easy throws to the quarterback, chance for him to make a play and get positive yards. N'Keal Harry made a season debut against Philadelphia last year, and you can see in many spots he's unsure of himself. Part of the reason he was benched later on in the season, and part of the reason why Tom Brady didn't have the confidence in him and made some of the comments he made this offseason. You can see it on plays like this. Harry is the outside receiver to the bottom of the screen and going to run a little slant route, and he's just not sure of himself. He's not sure exactly how to attack the corner, and then coming out of the break, there's no real push-off. There's no real going after the football. He's not exploding out of his break, attack, and then he looks up and he's just not sure of it. There's no timing there of, he's looking up and, all right, is the ball coming? Do I need to go? He kind of just eases up. You can kind of see him sit up a little bit in his route, and there's no explosion out of it to get by and be strong with his hands. And for a guy who's 6'4", 225, he's going to have to be stronger than that in 2020 with a quarterback that's not nearly as talented as Tom Brady is.